What is going on, people? It's Kim here and welcome back to Completed Transfers episode 7, and today we are looking at these 3 players that are on your screens right now. If you haven't already noticed, we're using FIFA 16 layout now on the Ultimate Team cards. Obviously these are just the original gold rare cards. And yeah, let's get into it, guys. So first of all, we have got Pedro, one of the players that contribute to the title of this video, which we'll come back to towards the end of this video. But yeah, Pedro Rodriguez, I think it's Ledesma, his actual surname is. A player who came through the ranks at Barcelona. He started off his youth career at San Isidro, if that's how you pronounce it, and then went to Barcelona's youth team in 2004. He got called up to Barcelona's C team and the B team, and he made quite a few appearances for those. For the C team, he made 70 appearances and scored 10 goals. For the B team, 55 appearances and 17 goals. Then in 2008, he got his major call up to the Barcelona, official squad. Where in total, there till 2008 till 2015, of course, 204 appearances in total and 58 goals. And Pedro, obviously, as you're all aware, I think he kind of got, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, maybe he felt kind of out of place, or like his spot was in contention. With the arrival of Arda Turan, obviously Barcelona signed him, and despite Pedro having a pretty good season for them, in my opinion, so obviously Chelsea were alongside, without a doubt, a number of clubs that wanted to bring him in. Chelsea being the most successful one in bringing him in, and I think they paid a fee of 19 million for Pedro. That is in Great British pounds. If you're looking at euros, that's probably around 26 million euros. I think that's what it works out as. And that fee could potentially rise to 21.4 million pound, which again is something like 30 million euros. And that just depends on like his performances, Chelsea's performances. So there might be an agreement to, if Pedro scores X amount of goals or gets X amount of assists, then but Barcelona will receive a couple more million for him. And if Chelsea win, let's say the league again, or maybe something else, or they reach a certain stage of the Champions League, then Barcelona might get more funds on top of that as well. So is it good business from Barcelona? You guys let me know on that one, because I just with not being a Barcelona fan, I'm not 100% sure. I've got the facts in front of me, how many games he's played, how many goals he's scored, and how long he's been there and stuff. And for me, he's pretty much a homegrown Barcelona player, which is something of the rare, to be fair, because Barcelona are kind of well known for doing probably a similar thing to what Arsenal used to do, get the players through the academy and then just sell them, let them go on. Obviously they did that with Hector Bellerin, Fabregas as well, and then went on to get Fabregas back. Hopefully Bellerin doesn't do that too. But yeah, Pedro is 28 years old, and I think it's a good signing for Chelsea. He's obviously scored on his debut against, who was it now, West Brom, and it wasn't a great goal. I think it took a bit of a deflection. It's quite a weird goal, but he got one nevertheless. It'll give him a big boost in his confidence. And Pedro is a player that I think will do well at Chelsea as long as he gets game time. We have seen other wingers that were really good. You've seen Cuadrado, Andre Schürrle as well, just not make it at Chelsea at all. I'm sure there's some other wingers as well that I've missed out on there, and they've just ended up leaving the club again to Salah as well. The Egyptian winger Salah, another player who just kind of failed to shine under Mourinho, went elsewhere and did pretty well if I recall, Salah last year on loan. I think it was to one of the Italian sides. Did really, you know, I was hearing about him week in, week out after he was, you know, made his loan move to there. So yeah, maybe Pedro will go that way. Who knows? It's, you know, only time can tell. It's far too early to you know, make that kind of judgment just yet. But he's got off to a good start, and it will probably give him a good confidence boost. And next up, guys, we're moving on to Nicolas Otamendi, another player that could have gone to Manchester United in this window. I'm not sure what happened. Nobody really knows what goes on behind the scenes. But Otamendi ended up at Manchester City, joining there from Valencia. And let's just recap on Otamendi as a player. So obviously he's an Argentinian international. He's very familiar more recently with the Argentinian national team. I think he's got 25 appearances in total. He scored 1 goal. You know, he's a centre back. You can't really expect him to bag loads of goals. But yeah, he started off his career in his home country, I do believe, for a team called Vélez Sarsfield. He came through the ranks there, so obviously played for their youth and reserve team, then went on to play for their senior team as well. And then he moved to FC Porto in 2010. He stayed there for 4 years, making 77 appearances for them in total. Then he moved to obviously Valencia, which is where he, you know, made his career more or less, made himself known out there. 2014 joined them, made 35 appearances for those in that one season that he was there. He also, in between, made a short loan move to a team called Atletico Mineiro, where he only made 5 appearances for those, and obviously joined Manchester City not too long ago. And I just think, wow, absolutely wow. I thought this guy was on his way to Man United, and, you know, hearing that Man City were in for him. Man City, you know, snapped that deal up pretty well, and I think they've made a fantastic signing there. Obviously, he's an Argentinian defenders are pretty good. You've seen Rojo for Manchester United. You know, he could have linked up really well with him at Man United, but he went for Man City instead. Obviously, Man City have got Demichelis, isn't it? I don't know if he's there. Who I don't think he's that great, but I think the more important thing now for Man City is they have got Company has regained, you know, his form. Mangala isn't too bad. He's all right. But with Company regaining in form and Mangala not doing too badly either, I think Mangala is pretty good. Probably just needed to get his first season under his belt first, and then yeah, I think Man City have really hit it, and it surprised me as well. Actually, they've had a really good start to the Premier League, and I personally just wasn't expecting that at all. I thought that, you know, this year would probably be Chelsea's again. Not gonna lie, that's what I did think, and yeah, I was just quite surprised, to be honest. Really was. But nevertheless, fantastic signing for Man City. Exactly what they need as well, because you know what Company's like with injuries. You know, he's not very. He's quite injury prone, isn't he? At the end of the day, and I just think bringing Otamendi in, they've got good backup now, and who knows, it could be Man City's year. But it is obviously it's too early to make them kind of judgments, because further injuries do occur, obviously. And the last transfer of this episode, we have got Mateo Kovacic, if that's how you pronounce it. He's only 21 years old, but he had a very impressive season at Internacional. I think it was last season. Really shone for them. He's a player that, to be fair, he's played. I know he's young still, but he's only played for Real Madrid or his 3rd senior team, so it's not bad at all. So yeah, despite being 21 years of age, he came through the ranks at Dynamo Zagreb, played for their youth academy, and then moved to their senior team. where he only made like 4 appearances for those in 3 years, but he scored. Oh no, sorry, 43. I'm misreading my notes here. He made 43 appearances for those. I was gonna say in 3 years, and scored 7 goals. I'm not sure what type of midfielder he is, if he is like a more attacking or more defensive midfielder. Going by his stats on there, I'd say probably a bit of, I don't know, maybe a bit of both. Just an all-round, you know, central midfielder, which is, to be fair, is kind of what Arsenal need right now. But yeah, after playing for Dynamo Zagreb in 2013, he moved to International, where he made 80 appearances, put in some really good performances. I remember him really well, specifically last season out at International. Then obviously Real Madrid kind of went knocking and managed to sign him up. So yeah, I think he'll be a good signing for Real Madrid. It'd be nice to see him get some game time there. I think he's already made one appearance for Real Madrid, so that's all good. He is obviously a Croatian international, and he's played for quite a few actually. He's played for Croatia's under 14s, Croatia's under 15s, under 17s, under 19s, under 21s, and of course now he's in the Croatian senior national team. So far made 21 appearances and has scored 1 goal for them, so not bad at all. And I think he'll be he's quite an exciting prospect. If I'm going off, you know, FIFA 16 labels, FIFA 15, 16 labels, yeah, an exciting prospect I'd class this guy as. I do think that Real Madrid perhaps are kind of thinking about letting Illarramendi go. There's numerous clubs linked with him. Arsenal have been linked with him, Liverpool have been linked with him, probably some of the, you know, teams from other leagues as well have been linked with him. So maybe they're just kind of trying to replace him, because obviously if Isco and James Rodriguez get injured, you know, Real Madrid do kind of fall short, obviously with Modric kind of quite injury prone as well, and having lost Khedira, I think maybe yeah, that's where Real Madrid felt that they need to strengthen. Be interesting to see how well he does. Obviously La Liga has just kicked back in, so yeah, hopefully he gets some game time and we can see how well he does perform for Real Madrid. He is still young, so will he stay at Real Madrid throughout his career? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But guys, what I wanted to say was, is it too early now to you know, say that Man United have been trolled in this window? We've seen them sign Depay. I'm trying to think who else they've signed this summer. Obviously, Bastian Schweinsteiger, Morgan Schneiderlin as well. Some good signings there. They got the right back Darmian. And I just think, I'm not sure. I really don't know. Is Louis van Gaal finished now? He said that he's after, I think it's Muller and Neymar, but he's just not going to pull those two off. He might, you know, just might pull Muller off, but he's got more of a chance of pulling Muller than Neymar, in my opinion anyway. I think Neymar's there to stay at Barcelona. I'd be very, very surprised if Neymar leaves. I'd be very surprised if Muller leaves, but I just think that they're more likely to sign him than Neymar. So yeah, guys, let me know. Is it too early to say that Man United have been trolled by, you know, obviously Pedro and Otamendi? I'm not sure whether they needed Pedro too much, but Otamendi, I think United really needed, and I think that's a really bad loss for them there. And of course, going to Man City as well, of all clubs to go to. Will this guy receive some abuse when the Manchester derby occurs? Maybe not. It'll be interesting to see anyway. And I can't believe the amount of signings. There's been so many like shocking transfers throughout this window, and we're not even over yet, guys. So I'll be really looking forward to seeing if Arsenal sign anybody else, and just seeing what other transfers make, or maybe Man United aren't finished. You know, perhaps they are going to go one better and get, you know, a bigger centre back. I'm not sure. Only time will tell. But thank you all for watching anyway. This has been episode 7 of the completed transfers. series. I'll be bringing some more episodes shortly after, obviously, some more big transfers happen. And yeah, if you got any comments, anything you want to add to this video, let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to leave a like rating if you did enjoy, and subscribe, of course, if you are not already.